Now, growing up, it's funny that you said it, but growing up, my sister, at the age of, I want to say as early as 7 or 8, had the poster for colored girls who had considered suicide when the rainbow was enough, hanging up over her bed. You know,
Yeah.
that was her bedroom poster. I grew up with that in my home and everything else. So our children I think our children have a unique understanding of the world. They understand that they're kids and they're having a good time, but there's also a very serious part that comes along with being Black in America. Can you speak to the power of this play to maybe speak to the kids?
I think that's a great question. There are some scenes in which we call out the names or the names of those victims of police violence when we acknowledge that and what it means to be a Black man pulled over and being shot reportedly for X, Y, and Z. We have those moments, and I'm so glad that you said kids. I think that this play is appropriate for kids 16 and up because unlike what many Christian plays do, they say, well, we can't talk about that. I'm going to talk about and expose truth so that the healing can come in. And so I think that the age of the child is very important. And so bring your 14-year-old if your parent is there to talk about, well, what was going on in that scene? So other than Black Lives, go ahead.
No, that's what I was going to say, because the average 16-year-old Black child.
That's right. That's right.
So let me put it this way. Right. My 12-year-old is actually 36. So,
yes, sir.
When it comes to these issues, I think that our children actually need to see a lot more than the sugarcoating and let them be a kid. I am a huge advocate of giving them the real as soon as they possibly can have it.
Yes. And true ministry to me, Joe, is empowerment. I'm not going to talk about anyone's church. I'm not going to talk about anyone, four walls. But if I can come week after week and lie to myself about my life, or I can go to a play and say, someone finally is telling the truth. And raw doesn't mean that there was a time, and you understand this, as long as you've been in business, there are times when to be raw meant that you were just almost nasty and vile with it.
Right.
But truth is truth. And what I tell my son is, hey, don't get sad over someone who told you the truth. Be sad over someone who's lying to you. Let our children see the truth of what has gone on for generations. And it all points to, but the story doesn't stop here, that there still is life. There still is more healing. And so I love that question.
Lastly, before we get out, Boo.
Yes.
Why Bowie? Bowie is being the narrative of Bowie is this beautiful jewel for African Americans that African Americans aspire to get to, and now we're here. Yeah. So why did you choose Bowie and the Bowie Center for Performance Arts to bring this play to?
So I would say to that, why not Bowie? And I would say that Bowie chose me. My god sister, when she saw the play back in 2018, I won't get into it, but she went there 4 years ago.
Okay.
And we couldn't get traction. We could not get traction. And COVID happened.
Yes.
And then literally in the process of time, Chantel liked something and responded. I said, hey, I'd love to bring it here. And then Bowie said yes. Because I've been also asked, why not other venues in Prince George's County? And I will say that Bowie came in as a partner, and I can see the heart of the Bowie Center for the Performing Arts to expand what people believe is possible in the arts. And that includes the kinds of stories that it attracts. So why not Bowie? And because one of the last places I lived in the area was in Bowie, this becomes the story I started writing when I lived in Bowie. And to come back to that place to tell it, it is a full circle moment. And I can't wait for people to be like, Greene, we didn't know you had all that in you.
Beautiful. Everybody, this is my brother Moses T. Alexander. The name of the play is Pooled, not pulled, Pooled, Pooled.